Welcome back. Okay, as we're doing the semester review, we're now on to this section, page 987. Here's my cursor. Page 987. We're going to go back to the McDougall Little and hit student resources. And we're going to find the coordinate plane, page 987. And you'll see a page that looks like this, so make sure you click on that, page 987, and you get this page, coordinate plane. Okay. So let's go over and look at this, because it's going to give you all this information. You can read that yourself, but I'm going to talk about all those terms right now. Okay. Set up on my cage here. And, all right, so you see a coordinate plane here. Notice the x-axis is the horizontal, and notice I've labeled it x, put the little flechitas on the ends, little arrows to indicate that this line extends forever in that direction, all the way to positive infinity to the right, and down to negative infinity to the left. Similarly, this perpendicular line, this y-coordinate, y-axis, which I didn't label, so I'll do that right now. The y-axis, okay? So you have an x-axis and a y-axis. X is horizontal, y is vertical. And we're going to use that horizontal versus vertical to determine locations. Okay, you see I put some points. Well, first, let's just go with plotting a point. Okay, up here you can barely see it. Okay, so I have some points here. Got this point called A. I should have used different letters for these ones because now I'm going to confuse myself. But A is at 6, -7. So what does that mean? That means the x part is 6 and the y part is -7. So you go on my x-axis. Notice I've labeled with numbers so I can tell what my count is. If you don't have numbers, we don't know what you're counting. Okay? So we got 5, here's 6, and then it said to go in the -7 direction. So that means we have to go down below. Here's -5, -6, -7. And that would be the location of our point that I called A. Okay, so I'm gonna give it a different name. Let's call this Z. I'll start at the end of the alphabet. Okay, this is at +6, -7. Oops, I put mine at +7, -7. So let's go to where it should be, +6, -7. Okay, +6, -7. Okay, so that's how you locate a point using the coordinate plane. You go x direction first, then the y direction, whichever the numbers tell you. Let's step back a little bit, okay, and review what these parts are. Okay, this place where the two lines meet, the two axes meet, we call these axes. I'll write that word down, not with blue ink. I'll write that with black. Axes. You have an x-axis and a y-axis. I guess in Spanish that's similar to the word eje. Okay. So eje X and eje Y. Okay. The axis. Okay. We always count from the x-axis first when we're doing locating points. ¿Dónde está un punto? Es en X, Y. Okay. So let's take another thing that we have to realize. Another word that we talk about is this point here, right at the middle, where the two axes converge, where they intersect. Okay, and that we consider the point 0, 0, and we call that point the origin. Okay. So if we talk about the origin, we're talking about this point where the x and y axis intersect, the origin. Then there's another thing to know about this. I'll step back outside again. Come on. Is you see that by putting these two lines together, we've divided this plane, this whole surface, into 4 equal pieces, 4 quadrants. And we number those quadrants with Roman numerals, starting with the positive. Here, everything is positive. Your ordered pairs are all positive. Okay. So if anything, so if I had a point, say 0.75. Okay. And I said, where in the heck is 0.75? Okay. Well, since that's a positive x and a positive y, that means it's going to be positive 7. And I gotta focus in because I can't see. And positive 5. Okay. So positive, 7, 5. And we call this an ordered pair. 7, that's a 5. Okay, that's an ordered pair. Ordered pair. Ordered pair. Ordered. I don't know how you say ordered in Spanish. Okay. Ordered pair, 7, 5. Again, we found it by saying I'm going 7 in the x direction and 5 in the y direction. Okay. Nothing big there. Okay, so if this is quadrant 1, cuadrante 1, aquí es cuadrante 2, and it is when x is negative and y is positivo. Okay, and down here would be quadrant 3, cuadrante 3, where both x and the y are negative, negative, comma, negative. Both elements of your ordered pair would be negative numbers. And finally, we get back to quadrant 4, IV. And this is where your x is positive and your y is negative. Okay. The 4 quadrants. Okay. So what are we going to do with this? We're going to plot points. They're going to give you some coordinates, and you're going to just plot those on your graph paper and label them. And then they're going to give you points, and you have to tell what the ordered pair is. For example, this point here, A. Okay. You look at it, say, A, where is this point? This point is at 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's that the ordered pair is 3, comma, 8. That's a positive x and a positive y, so it's in quadrant 1. Positive, positive, quadrant 1. You can see that physically. It's in the first quadrant. Okay. How about this point B down here? Okay. Well, it's the same thing. We go, oh, this is just negative 1 and 2 down, so it's a negative 1. The ordered pair would be negative 1, negative 2. Okay. Nothing real tricky here. Nothing, no hard calculations or anything. Negative 1, negative 2. It's just the location. X, Y. And you can see this is in quadrant 3 because both x and y are negative. So just finish it off. How about this point C? Where is it? Yes, indeed. It's at 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So it's at positive 3 and negative 3. Okay. It's very important that you make sure that you know that x comes first. Just like in the alphabet, X is primero de Y. Okay. And last but not least, where is this point D? You guessed it. There's negative 5, 6, 7, negative 8, and a 1, 2, 3. So it looks like it's at negative 8, positive 3. Okay. And just like we said, second quadrant, negative, positive, voila. That is plotting points in the coordinate plane. That is your introduction to the coordinate plane. I mean, we could go further. We could say, oh, fortunately, we're not in this exercise. We could say, oh, let's take a line between these 2 points, A and D. And we say, well, what would be the slope of that line? Okay, this is beyond the necessities of this assignment, but just to remind you, to get that slope, we have to figure out how much it rises, how much up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And how much across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this line DA has a slope, we call slope M, equal to up 5 over 11. Up 5 over 11. Okay, that's beyond the necessities of this assignment, but that's what you need to remember as you deal with the coordinate plane. All right.